Hi boys and girls, it's Mrs. Kelly. We're not at school today, are we? We don't have school for a while because there are some germs out there. They're trying to keep us safe. So it's St. Patrick's Day, and in our house we celebrate big. I know I've talked about my dog before. This is my dog. Her name's Ruby, and she wanted to get festive too. Can you see her face? I'm gonna take this off her now because I think it was maybe tight on her little ears. She is always with me, always on my lap. She's a lap dog. Okay, so I thought maybe today we could talk about St. Patrick's Day, and I have some books to read for you. We're gonna start with the story of St. Patrick's. Okay. This is in Ireland right here. See the sheep in the fields? Each year on March 17th, that's today, we celebrate St. Patrick's Day. We like to wear green. See, I'm wearing green. We make paper shamrocks and harps, and we dress up like leprechauns. Remember the books we read about those wee little folks? And we remember a man named St. Patrick. Patrick lived many years ago. As a young boy, he was taken to Ireland. He had to take care of the sheep. That was his job. See him in the field there? Patrick missed his family. He prayed to God to send him home. And one day, Patrick got to go back home. He said goodbye to his sheep friends. But now Patrick missed Ireland. So he studied hard and he became a priest. Patrick went back to Ireland. He built churches and he told the Irish people about God, what an important job he had. And one story says that Patrick told all the snakes to leave Ireland because there were many, many snakes there. And they did. They listened to St. Patrick. A plant called a shamrock grows in Ireland. Patrick taught that its 3 leaves stands for God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit. Can you hold up 3 fingers? On St. Patrick's Day, some people dress up like leprechauns. Leprechauns are make-believe. You know, we've read books about them, and I have a story about a leprechaun. Other people dance the Irish jig to the music of the harp. The harp is the national instrument of Ireland. Many towns have big St. Patrick's Day parades. On St. Patrick's Day, we have fun with leprechauns, shamrocks, and harps. And we remember a godly man named St. Patrick. So in this book, we just learned that on St. Patrick's Day, you can wear the color green. We talked about shamrocks. Now, this is a 4-leaf clover, and those are supposed to be lucky because in nature, when they grow, they have 3 leaves. But there's a legend that says if you find one that has 4 leaves, so this is 4, this is 3. If you have 4 leaves, 1, 2, 3, 4, then that's a lucky thing. But this right here is a shamrock. It has 1, 2, 3 leaves. And St. Patrick taught people that that was the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit, but they are all one person. 3 in 1. Here's another shamrock that we have around our house. There's 1, 2, 3. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. I have another book called The Night Before St. Patrick's Day. 'Twas the night before St. Patrick's, the day to wear green. Not a creature was stirring except Tim and Maureen. Do you see the tiny, teeny leprechaun right there? They decked out the den from ceiling to floor with streamers and rainbows and shamrocks galore. See the pillow with the shamrock and the rainbow that's hanging with the garland? And look at the dog, he has a little green bow tie on. Ruby's a girl, we need to get her a green bow for her hair. Later, they carefully made traps with gold charms and rings. I bet we catch a leprechaun. They love those shiny things. For if they caught one, so the legend told, they'd find where he buried the big pot of gold. Remember the book we read before? And the leprechaun had the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. That's where he found it. They set all the traps around the room with great care in hopes a wee Irishman soon would be there. Look at their traps. They were so fancy. They used stickers and scissors and rope. The children then nestled all snug in their beds while visions of golden coins danced in their heads. Happy St. Patty's, said Dad early the next morning. Then he started to play bagpipes without warning. He huffed and he puffed an old Irish song. Mom dished out green eggs and sang loudly along. When from their bedroom there arose such a clatter, the kids ran down the hallway to see what was the matter and what to their wondering eyes should appear. But a terrible mess! A leprechaun was here. Remember, we learned that those wee little folks liked mischief, and mischief was causing trouble. They made a mess. Be quiet, whispered Maureen. He's hiding somewhere. When we find him, remember, we must hold his stare. For if you look away, if you so much as blink, leprechauns vanish quick as a wink because they're very fast. The kids trailed muddy footprints back and forth across the floor, which led them under Tim's bed and past the closet door. And then inside a trap, they heard someone giggling. A real live leprechaun. They both saw him wiggling. His eyes, how they twinkled, his body so tiny, his hands clasped a trinket so gold and so shiny. He was dressed in all green from his head to his toes, and he looked like a cobbler wearing fairy-sized clothes. Remember how tiny they are. The children approached him, staring straight in his eyes. Tell us where the gold is. Don't be tricky, no lies. I buried it under a rock, smooth and hard. It's marked with an X in your backyard. But when the kids went outside with their shovel and pick, they instantly saw it was a big trick. How would they know which rock it was? They all have X's on them. That leprechaun. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Ha ha, I fooled you. It's time to disappear. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Better luck next year. Boys and girls, before I go, I wanted to share with you. In our house, we love to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, especially because the day before, which was yesterday, my husband and I got married 24 long years ago. So we like to celebrate our family, that our family started on March 16th. And then, you know, we have 4 children in our family, 1, 2, 3, 4. The third one was born the day after our 7th year anniversary. She is 17 years old today. Her name's Elizabeth Kathleen, very Irish name. So every year on St. Patrick's Day, we like to get her something that has to do with the holiday. And so when she was younger, we would get her these little bears, and they all have something special. This one has a 3-leaf clover. Remember, Father, Son, Holy Spirit. And he's green. This one has a leprechaun hat on, and he has shamrocks all over him. This one says Luck of the Irish, and he has a close shamrock over hanging around his neck like a big necklace. This one is sparkly. He has sparkles and a shamrock. Can you see this one, Mary, when I put him right here? Mm-hmm. Okay. And then this one has a pot of gold and a rainbow right on his chest. Okay, now this is one of my favorite ones. I want you to listen. Turn your ears up. Listen.
When Irish eyes are smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. In the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing.
It sings a little Irish song. Isn't that neat? So boys and girls, I love you and I miss you, and I hope that you have a very nice St. Patrick's Day. And if you liked this video, maybe have your parents let me know and I'll make another one. Goodbye.